GM Crypto AI News Analysis here. It is January 22nd. And before I get into this video, I just want to say none of the things I'm talking about in this video are buy or sell signals. And they are all of my own conviction for what I think are the best options going into the market going forward. So let's just get on with the price action first off. So I'm trying to speed run this because I'm making this real quick before bed. But virtuals is the ecosystem I like to talk about. And right now it is a bit of a pullback across the board. So a lot of red on the day. And it makes sense because there's a tiny bit of a pullback in the virtuals ecosystem, and Ethereum, which is the coin that virtuals is built on, is bleeding. It should be bouncing somewhat soon. It should be bottoming, but that might be copium. Donald Trump is buying a shit ton of Ethereum. But as we look at the virtuals ecosystem, there's some sideways price action from here, and I would suggest probably a few more days of this, and then we could see another leg from this because it has been going sideways for some time now, especially with the amount of attention AI has currently, despite all of the Trump things. So this is reflected upon the price action of a lot of coins. So if you guys are sidelined on virtuals AI, right now is a phenomenal time to get into the really strong coins. So you would probably want to, so I'm just gonna probably guess that you guys are just some average portfolio size. So for you guys, you would probably want some larger caps because these will bounce first. Game is one of the most important tokens in the virtual ecosystem. It is pretty weak right now, but when it bounces after some sideways, it's going to do very fucking good. So also other tokens like Vader, extremely interesting. XVT is the strongest one out of all of them. It is still doing up only despite the virtual price action. So this is inarguably the strongest coin. And Acolyte, this one is also extremely strong. So you want to look at the coins that are pretty strong like this. So Acolyte's had a nice pullback, and even Ray. So Ray is not on virtuals, but even Ray looks pretty nice in the chart. And I mean, right now it's a little weak, but it should be bouncing after a couple of days or so. So overall, very nice pullbacks across the board within the base AI ecosystem. And I'm suspecting some sort of bounce on this. I don't think that this is just going to bleed to zero because the amount of mindshare it has. And if we look at the Solana ecosystem, so ASXD used to be the star of the show. I think it's a little less now, and it's now ARC, which has come out to be a lot stronger within the AI space, and it is a very strong price action. And then there's some other coins in Solana. So one of the big problems of Solana is that there's so many fucking coins now. So there was a new one called QDay, which did a pretty much 10x from the lows if you caught it at the pullback. And then also this Pippen coin, and then we also have this Buzz coin, which is for Def AI. So there's a shit ton of infrastructure is being made on Solana here, but there's a bit of a problem because this causes some dilution in the infrastructures. And right now the strongest is inarguably ARC. So right now, a very nice pullback across agents. So if you were sideline distant, it's a very good time to buy some because I don't think that this is going to be even more days of bleed. I mean, it could happen, but I'm actually biased for a little bit of a bottom here based off BTC price action. But if we look at the meme coins, for example, so base meme coins, so KeyCast is going sideways from now, but it should be having some sort of a breakout in after some couple days of more consolidation. And even on, if we look at the meme coins on Solana, so Popcat is starting to bounce finally, which is the leader of the cat coins. And I think this trend will be continuing to uptrend because they've been down only for the longest time. And we have some nice price action with the majors, especially with Solana, which is extremely strong. It's having some nice uptrend. So let's just look at the majors. So Bitcoin here, as we can see from this, it is currently in this mean reverting environment, and it could trend in after like maybe a week or so, probably sometime in February, not anytime soon, because if you zoom out, it is in a mean reverting environment. Liquidity is stacked right below 102K here. So I'm somewhat biased for somewhat of a bounce from here, and then it's going to tap perhaps over here. So in this mean reverting environment, and we'll see what's going to happen. But Bitcoin right now, the reason why a lot of these alts are bleeding is because Bitcoin is bleeding, and a slow bleed like this without any sharp volatility results in a shit ton of bleeds across the board in meme coins. So right now, I think it's a very good time to buy them because there's a lot of oversold metrics across the board as well, for my own opinion. But if we look at Solana though, so Solana is arguably the strongest major currently out of all of the tokens, out of ETH, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So Solana looks very fucking nice. So it should be bottoming around here due to liquidity. But Solana, if we zoom out, extremely strong. When it hit this from the Trump shit, then it went down here, bottom around here, and then now it is in this noticeable uptrend. And if I were to zoom out a bit on this major here, yeah, as we can see from the chart of Solana, very nice uptrend. And I have some reason to believe that altcoins could have a decent, nice time, especially in AI and meme coins perhaps as well. But I'm biased for some nice things going forward. It could go a little lower, it's possible. But for right now, especially with Bitcoin, I think we are going to have some nice times. But if we look at the Cookie.Fund dashboard, then the market cap wise, it is in a downtrend. Smart Gauge is in a downtrend. Pretty much there's a huge pullback across the board, and it's nothing really that new except that AI right now is still the biggest narrative. Don't get me wrong, but it is at a very nice pullback. So again, I think right now is very good entries if you're looking for coins that you couldn't really buy before, because a lot of these tokens are oversold currently, but don't expect a V-shaped recovery. There will have to be some sort of consolidation, most likely for the next few days before the next huge fucking rally on AI. So let's just talk about some news here. So President Trump announces $500 billion AI investment partner with OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank. So there was a bit of a fun around this where perhaps it's not actually the case where he's actually going to be funding $500 billion here, but this is an insane narrative for AI because this shows that the government, they're going to be investing a lot into AI, and they're also going to be investing a lot into crypto. So now we have an introduction to crypto plus AI from the government, and they're supporting it with funds here. It's insane for the AI agent narrative, and it's going to pump our bags much, much higher. So let's look at the next tweet. This tweet sent Pippen from 100 mil to 200 mil within minutes, and AI-16Z billion-dollar company with 15% at the same time. But Frog is the most powerful influencer in all crypto, and things are just going to accelerate. He's the worst version of self you'll ever be right now. So XPT, pretty much the biggest KOL as an AI. Same here. Framework was heating up. AI-16Z 1.2 billion, but GitHub adoption tells a different story. Baby Yaga creators Pippen framework was 20K stars versus AI-16Z's 10K. Tech matters more than the narrative. So he's basically saying here that quantitatively Pippen is better than AI-16Z, and we know AI-16Z has a shit ton of attention because I don't really fucking know, honestly, but it's honestly on a technical basis, there are some better projects out there like ARC and perhaps even Pippen based off these stars here, right? And this actually resulted in a nice price action for AI-16Z, or I meant Pippen. So if I can pull up Pippen here, so Pippen had this huge fucking leg from here down here, and then it did pretty much almost a 2x from the lows because of the AXPT tweet. So it just kind of shows how influential AXPT is getting, and this is only going to get better and better as he gets more and more popular, especially with this current follower rates. He's probably going to easily hit 1 million followers easily by the end of this year. So let's look at this next tweet here. Crypto mom has her peers back at the helm for policy in the US. OpenAI investing $500 billion into AI in USA. 100 plus ETS being followed for altcoins. President buying 100 millions of Bitcoin and alts. Crypto x AI capturing 70% of mind share across builders and communities. There's never been a better time to build in crypto. So yeah, exactly. There's a lot of bullish indicators coming for crypto, especially with AI here, where we have the OpenAI investing. So perhaps I think that's a bit of a fluff here. I don't actually know if that they're actually gonna be funding that much fucking money into AI here, but regardless, people are going to ape into the AI because it's a good narrative. And then we also have that the president is buying a shit ton of alts, and that there's also ETS being filed for altcoins like Solana, Bonk, even, and all this other shit. It's gonna be very fucking nice for crypto plus AI. So don't get super shaken out right now. Everyone out here panicking all over the timeline. They're like, oh my god, it's all over. No, this is just a small blip in the road, and we are going so much fucking higher. So let's look at this next tweet here. Free Ross. So Donald Trump, he actually released Ross Ulbricht from the Silk Road founder, and this is actually really fucking good. So I'm just gonna explain to you guys why I think this. So if you guys do not know who Ross Ulbricht is, he is the founder of Silk Road, which is essentially this kind of a black market in the deep web from a couple of years ago, like in the early stages of the internet. And one of the payment methods he was using there is Bitcoin. So he was a pretty early pioneer of using crypto as a utility token for the sake of selling narcotics and illegal substances to other people. So obviously they arrested him for some reason. I mean, it sounds bad. I don't really super know about the crime details, but he got a sentence of about 240 years, which is fucking insane. And that means he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life, right? And Donald Trump, he saw this and was like, okay, this guy's literally just doing crypto stuff. Okay, I'm going to pardon him. And this is actually really fucking good because Donald Trump, a lot of his policies when he was in election phase is that I'm going to save crypto. I'm going to make America great again. I'm going to make the economy so great. And a lot of these politicians, they only usually deliver maybe about 5% of what they say. But the fact that he delivered this on pretty much day one, day two on the presidency is a super bullish sign for his future promises for Bitcoin Federal Reserve, for example. He's probably going to do some really pro crypto things, and he might actually promise on his promises. And irregardless, this is a super fucking nice thing. And people are losing their shit, by the way, that they're saying, oh my gosh, Donald Trump didn't mention crypto at all during the inauguration. It's so over, right? But you got to realize that there's other priorities that he's got to fix, like the immigration issues, and then also border control, and then also some other shit in the country. Like, I'm not not trying to pretend I know all his policies here, but crypto is not number one from him. It's a priority, but there's some other things you got to focus on. So you got to realize that Donald Trump is most likely going to deliver on his promises. And the Bitcoin Federal Reserve, for example, is going to pump the price of Bitcoin a lot, and that's going to be very, very fucking good for our altcoin bags. So let's look at this next tweet. Announcing DAO's V4 Vest Edition, vesting unlocks for a party round. The participants' long-term alignment secured. So they essentially allowed you to create DAOs within this platform, but they allowed this new feature of vesting and party round participants, which used to be a pretty big problem when they realized this one token back then. I forgot what the token was called at this point, but they essentially gave a lot of KOLs a lot of private initial allocations, and their wallets, like a $400 investment, went to like millions of dollars, and they actually started dumping on the people who bought later. So this is actually an issue because vesting allows you to unlock your allocation at a much later date instead of having it immediately available to you. So that was a bad thing for Dows, right? But now that they're releasing it, more projects that release on Dows.fund could be quite interesting to look at, because now you will keep a safe mind that the investors early on, the pre-sellers, are not going to dump on your ass immediately, but perhaps later on, so you can have more comfort investing into projects there. So it could be a good place to look for future AI projects on Dows now. So let's look at the next tweet here. Yesterday, it's over. Meme coins are in this industry. Today, I'm yeeting 100 billions into AI. Sigma face President Trump. So yeah, a lot of people losing their shit, and now he's releasing all this money into AI, which is insanely good for the fucking narrative. So let's look at the next tweet. Coinbase wallet. See, guys like meme coins, huh? Noted. So this is kind of interesting here. So base chain, they were supposed to have this meme coin mania a couple months ago when there was a whole thing of Ski Mask Dog and even KeyCat and all these other meme coins going to the fucking moon, right? And right now they're currently consolidating before another fucking leg. But the thing is that those guys pumped that fucking hard without even listings from Coinbase. And now Coinbase is just starting to list things like Toshi. And this is actually quite interesting because this means that top meme coins on base chain could be listed, which means normies have an easier time buying these coins within the centralized exchange. So this could be very, very fucking good for base meme coins because now Coinbase is paying attention to it. But this is kind of weird because they're super late to it, because they were supposed to do that months ago, and now the current meta is AI. They should be listing shit like virtuals, but we'll just go with the flow. So let's look at the next tweet here. If music hits, it's going to be massive. So this is not a shill. I don't have this token, but I think it's very interesting. So this guy, I like his takes a lot on virtuals, but he is a pretty much a music maxi. So music is his token. I'm just going to do a bit of a review on it. I used to have it, but I might to get it again based off what they're saying. But they're trying to create an infrastructure for creating AI music and AI music videos. So if I were to look at the music chart here, so music chart, it was pretty much down here for the longest time, and then it did a fucking amazing god run from the lows, like 10 to 20x from the lows, right? And right now it's just starting to perhaps bottom here, and then it's gonna have another fucking leg. But music is a project you should look out for, because even something like this, I think it's easily worth 100, 200 million valuation based off what they're trying to deliver here, where it's a music infrastructure. And I briefly skimmed through this, but they're essentially trying to create some AI agent commerce sort of thing where AI agents could also utilize the music platform perhaps to communicate with each other somehow. But even Luna, she also uses this, the music platform. So it could be quite fucking interesting to look at this. It's quite a unique AI agent, but they're essentially promising a lot of things within this article. And if they actually deliver on it, then let's just say that it's going to be an insane valuation for this project. And let's look at this next tweet. Trump dropped the wealth ball of some U.S. states building crypto reserves. WLFI keep buying, and now Larry Fink shilling and pumping BTC in our bags. I wonder how many of you are ready for BTC to break out to all-time high yet. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but he's basically saying here that I believe some of these AI infra could hit 10 billion plus short run, and ultimately could even hit 100 billion plus longer run as the AI agent economy will be bigger than all of us can imagine. So I'm not trying to say that I'm agreeing with his price targets. It'll be nice if it hits those, but he's also giving evidence here that Donald Trump is buying a shit ton of Bitcoin and is also giving this AI infra investments. So I talk about this like so many fucking times. And also BlackRock is buying a shit ton of Bitcoin as well. So this is going to be extremely bullish, because a lot of people are freaking out on crypto Twitter once again, because it's the most emotional space in the world. But you got to realize that for the long term, it's going to be super fucking amazing, especially with AI infra coins. So let's look at this next tweet. New Kraken FX that lists Solana meme coin for coin for spot trading on January 23rd. So they're going to be listing coin Kraken, which is going to be quite interesting for coin. And I think this coin can go way fucking higher, easily tens of billions market cap it's worth, which is about 10x's from here. So I mean, that's like mid-late term, like couple months from now, but it's going to be very fucking nice, this token. But Let's look at this next tweet. The Creator Bid team is launching bid in 12 hours. Here are my thoughts. So this guy is essentially saying that Creator Bid is going to be launching their own token. And so not your typical launch airdrop and expecting price to soar way higher than 25 million. The December and January alone, Creator Bid cleared 2.1 million in fees. I'll put yearly revenues at 25 million plus, which is higher than their launch FTV. Users will be upset their airdrop value in USD, but dumping early would be a mistake. Binance wallet launch and $500 allocation can't be a barrier, causing most people to skip launch. Once again, bad idea. So it perhaps could be some free money. And they're essentially trying to create the bid token within the Binance wallet here. And this is going to be quite interesting to look at because this could actually be some sort of catalyst for the AI agent tokens. So Creator Bid is obviously a bit of a beta to Virtual's ecosystem, and it's most likely that Virtual's ecosystem goes first and then Creator Bid tokens. So if you look at tokens like Agent, and then if we also look at tokens like Deking, and if we also look at this chart, so it's been down only, I mean, chart still looks fine, but it pretty much went from 0 to 34 million in a few days. So of course it has to chill a bit. But there's also some other tokens, if I can find it, I think it's called AI on for Creator Bid. But there's a lot of interesting tokens on Creator Bid. And you got to realize that if the bid token does very well and puts a lot of attention on Creator Bid, and these tokens, the main leaders, the AI agents, can do very fucking good because they are the betas to bid. But if you want to play this, I would say that Creator Bid shouldn't be that like large. It should definitely be mostly virtuals and then a small part for Creator Bid if you want to play it, because this is a beta. They're going to pump virtuals first, and then it's probably going to be Creator Bid depending on how good the bid token launch is going to be. So let's look at this last tweet here. How do people sincerely hope for a return to analog coins exclusively? Oh, you want to trade max PvP speculative extraction? The AI trade has been the easiest trade to play by far this cycle. And you're coping by ceasing about it. Make it make sense. So yeah, crypto Twitter being super fucking emotional once again. They're saying, oh my god, it's just over. Oh my god, it's just so back. Oh my god, it's so over. Oh my god, it's so back. No, you got to realize that you got to think long term. A lot of bullish indicators for crypto and AI. Meme coins will be coming back. So personally, my portfolio wise, I'm currently half in AI and half meme coins. And I think later on, because this meme coin cycle, I still think it's still going to be a real thing. But the AI super cycle is going to be much more. And it's going to give a lot more risk reward currently from now to then. And the reason why I have this allocation of meme coins is because meme coins have been down for a long fucking time. So they're going to have a fucking run one more time. And then around April time, from I'm assuming from April to July during the summer, there's probably gonna be a shit ton of bleed to meme coins once a fucking again. But meme coins are gonna be quite fucking wonderful in the next couple weeks, few months until around summertime, because of no bullish catalyst during summer for crypto, and also it is just historically a bad time for crypto. Like, sell in May, go away. So that's personally where I'm trying to take profits for this crypto, for AI agents and meme coins, before April-ish, somewhere around that time, before May. And you got to realize that AI is going to be a way fucking bigger narrative than meme coins, even after that. We'll see what happens in, I think, Q4 later in 2025 is going to be very fucking good once again because of liquidity. But we'll see what's going to happen. And either it's going to be AI. I'm betting more on AI than meme coins, honestly, to have the leg during that time. But we just got to adapt with what happens, right? But that's what I want to say in this video. Right now, for the action stuff for you guys, if you were sidelining a lot of AI tokens, or you wanted to buy them, or perhaps you got the fucking Jupiter airdrop and you were wondering where to put that liquidity, I would super recommend looking into Virtual's AI coins, because a lot of them are oversold right now, and they could go slightly lower, maybe, but there's a lot more probability that they could have some sort of recovery bounce from here. And if you buy right now, you'll be very fucking happy you bought the dip, is all I'm gonna say. Like, I was just running the RSI, so I just recently learned about the RSI, and I was checking the oversold levels. A lot of these AI agents are oversold as fuck, and it's a very good time to buy some tokens, especially with how Bitcoin is going. So depending on the Virtual's ecosystem, is Bitcoin's price action. Bitcoin looks somewhat bottom around 102K. I mean, I'm not an expert on trading, but just based off liquidity from what I'm seeing and how we're in a mean reverting environment, it's most likely not going to go much lower than here. We'll see what's going to happen, at least that's in the short term. But in the midterm, in Q1, it's going to be very fucking nice for AI and meme coins. So play both. You don't have to pick and choose. But that's what I want to say in this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys.